Fake active shooter calls took place across the country today, including calls to more than a dozen schools in Utah. This just days after 6 people were killed in an active shooter incident in Nashville, Tennessee.
We asked you today whether you feel your child is safe in Utah schools. The average answer we got was no. Fox 13 News reporter Chris Arnold asked a private security expert about Utah school security.
He shares where he thinks Utah schools could make improvements.
Tense moments on Wednesday for parents.
I mean, my daughter said, the cops said they came in and they had her put their hands up just to check them. And she was just like, that's terrifying.
And school districts across the Beehive State.
These things are unfortunate.
State and federal agencies believe one person is behind the fake active shooter calls that sent Utah schools into lockdown on Wednesday.
All of our staff followed our procedure to ensure the students were safe and cooperated directly with the police department and looked to their guidance, which was tremendous in this incident.
It begs the question.
Do you believe Utah schools are safe right now?
No, I don't think a school that doesn't have a program that's going to be effective is safe. This is just becoming an epidemic, and the only way not to become a victim of it is to address it directly.
A possible solution, Derek Evans, the senior vice president with CBI Security Services, says could be providing a security officer specifically to handle an active shooter situation at schools.
Or it's a visible deterrent. But if you're going to do that, make sure you keep your officer actively moving. If you have somebody there, and if you have somebody who knows what they're doing and knows how to engage, it's going to reduce the time by a critical amount.
In all, CBI employs about 400 to 450 people to provide armed and unarmed security officers for a variety of venues. He says almost every time there's an active shooter situation somewhere, schools calls inquiring about their services.
The individual called, they were in Idaho. We do have an office in Idaho. They were with a private school, and they just asked if, we could provide security for the school.
Evans says security does come at a cost. He says a ballpark figure would be about $3,200 a week to have a security officer at a school.
One of the things that I think holds schools back from putting a security team in is costs.
Fox 13 News asked Evans how this affects CBI's business plan to be more available for institutions like schools that may want to hire security.
What has to be set up is a specific training program and officer screening program for school security. It's a totally different type of security.
In Salt Lake, Chris Arnold, Fox 13 News, Utah.